Hello and welcome to the first episode of DtalkS. My name is Kshitij and we have a very special guest on board with us. He's an actor, he's a dancer, he's a scriptwriter, he's a choreographer, he's a teacher, he's a director, he's all these talents fit into one artist. But most importantly, he's a very dear friend. Please welcome Ritwik Bhowmik. So, welcome to DtalkS, Ritwik. Thank you so much for coming in and thank you so much for doing this.
I'm so excited. I'm very excited for this.
Kaise ho? How's everything going?
Good. So far, so good as one can be, as good as one can be in these times, but all good, all fab.
So, I'm really happy that I'm able to do this with the people I love. And there are so many people I've connected with and gotten to know because of this DtalkS. And you're the first one to support the idea, to like the idea, and to encourage me, along with a few other people who I know. So thank you so much for that. And I'm just here to let your audience know you better, and to let my audience let me see do something different.
Yeah, I'm very excited about that. I must thank you for actually coming up with something like this, and I'm very happy that this is happening. So let's
so this is also a process, right? By the way, for the people who don't know, we know each other from years now. So there might be times where
How many years has it been?
How many
At least
years?
a decade.
Easily a decade.
10 years for sure. 9 to 10 years for sure. But I'm guarantee.
Yeah. You know how weird this is, no? Because the camera is here and we are facing each other on the screen.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at
audience,
you. I'm not looking at the camera.
Audience, okay, like we'll be squint completely. But that's okay. The audience understands that it's a virtual interview, so it's all cool. It's a chat session. We just want to have fun here. That's the idea. To just get to know each other better, to get to know our audiences better, and vice versa, and just have fun. That's basically it. I have some interesting combination of fun questions along with a few questions that Ritwik, I would like Ritwik to share his experience on and put light on as far as a few things are concerned. So let's just dive into it if you don't mind.
Yeah, let's go for it. Let's do it.
So there's one thing very specific that you spoke about in our Insta live chat, and I'm going to start with as to how did acting happen to you. It's a very fun story, and I would really love the audience to know about it. So could you start with that? How did acting happen to you?
Yeah, so basically I must have been around 12 or 13 when I mustered up the courage to go walk up to my mother and tell her that I want to be an actor, right? That's the period of time, 13, 14, when we start deciding कि 10th के बाद क्या करना है, क्या पढ़ेंगे, क्या करेंगे life में. So before my parents could pressurize me with anything that you go into this or do that, I decided that I just need to go and tell them right now. And I walked up to her and I told her that Mom, I've decided that I want to be an actor. I want to take that up as a career for myself. And I thought her reaction would be much different than what it was for sure. Because she said, yeah, I know. I was like, what do you mean by you know? She said, come, I'll tell you a story. Yeah, she said, I know. Yeah, she said, I know. She said, okay, come, I'll tell you a story. So she told me, I barely have much memory about this. She told me that I was around 4 years old. And back then we were living in a place called Mysore. And she said that we had just finished having lunch one afternoon and you were sitting in front of the TV on your father's lap and you were watching a film called Bazigar. And she thought that I was asleep on my father's lap after lunch. My father was watching the film and she was in the kitchen doing the dishes. She heard me cry out of nowhere and my father was very amused. What just happened? He thought I was asleep. And they realized that I've been watching the entire film and I was crying because Shah Rukh Khan died. And then she had to coax me, she had to pacify me and then explain to me who Shah Rukh Khan is. He's an actor and he's a hero and actors come in different stories, what films are and what everything is all about. And she explained this thing to me and then she told me, aisa beta, Shah Rukh Khan will come back in another film, you will listen to another story.
So that's how acting happened to you. Like that's how.
Yeah, that was the first time I told my mom that maybe actor banunga, hero banunga. That was the first time that these words came out of my mouth. And
So
from then on, that has just remained with me. I started
correct.
doing
So,
theatre
so
when
when
I was
actually you
9.
went and you told her that, listen, mom, I want to be an actor. She's like, yeah, I know this since childhood.
Yeah. So she
And-
assumed that
Yeah.
ये लड़का यही करेगा because I was always into it, and they were very encouraging about it. So yeah, so that's how it
But as an
happened.
actor, like I remember when I was young, there was a part of me that even I wanted to do acting. I wanted to be in front of the camera. And at that time we did not know that we can do so many things with the camera. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
Now we have dance videos. They directly
Correct.
short film mein nikal diya.
That time camera was acting.
Yeah. So it was all big screen acting movies. That was camera.
Yeah.
So there was a part of me that also wanted to become an actor. But very early in my life, I realized the struggles that you have to go through and your natural calling. So my natural calling has been dance. Like your natural calling has been acting, correct?
Correct.
So I kind of pursued my natural calling more than what I wanted to do at that time. That fame, that life that you have as an actor is always very attractive.
It is.
So, but the struggles, getting back to the struggles, like how has it been for you? Like I'm sure it's been a long journey. I'm sure it's been a journey full of stories and struggles. Do you want to share any of those stories or any incidences that you've had? Auditions especially.
Oh, auditions. But I would first, before I start off sharing any of my experiences, I'll first really want to say this, that a lot of us, we've heard this word so many times coming from other actors in their interviews, so on and so forth, the word struggle, that a lot of us start romanticizing it, especially in our field. We start feeling कि यार मैंने ना ये इतना, इस इंसान ने इतना स्ट्रगल किया फिर फेम पाया, तो यार स्ट्रगल करना पड़ेगा, मैं स्ट्रगल कर रहा हूँ. A lot of actors who are not at work right now, they tend to say that कि कुछ नहीं यार स्ट्रगल कर रहा हूँ आजकल. It's struggling as such, the word is very, it's painful. To struggle for a human being, it's hardship. So it's not something that one can celebrate. It's not something that one should really romanticize. And this is especially for if any aspiring actors are going to watch this at some point. It's for them. At no point, if somebody asks you what are you doing these days, please don't say struggle kar raha ho yaar or kuch. Don't romanticize the word struggle, because you don't know what those guys went through. The ones who actually said that in my struggling days it was like this and it was like that. But in my case, I've been very lucky. I have barely struggled through anything. I've got a roof. Yeah, I've got a place to stay, I've got food to eat, I've got people to live with, I've got friends, everything. But yeah, a struggle can be much more than that. But for me, I've only looked at them as learning experiences, whether it's rejection or failure or any of those things, and none of those things really made me feel like I'm struggling my way through anything. That's why I never use the word struggle for myself, of course.
But you're being very modest, because I have known you, as we discussed, we've known each other for 10 years now. We've literally seen each other grow in our respective journeys. We've been a part of our respective journeys in a lot of aspects. So I have seen you do the smallest of jobs, the smallest of things, the humblest of things that an actor does before he makes it to a certain level, or he does something of his own liking and passion. I've seen you do all that. I've seen you go through that stage, climb that ladder. I've seen you there.
Correct.
And I'm also not going to say that you made it today, but you are at a good position today at home, especially
ahead of where I was.
With your next project coming in. I'm hoping that things will change for you, right? We'll talk about the next project a little later in the chat. But
yeah,
tell me about that process. Like, how has it been to work ground up?
It's the best thing in the world. I honestly believe that if you've been handed something from the point go, like if I got the project that I just shot for recently, if I got that 6 years back or 7 years back, I don't think I would have done as well as, maybe I'm too ahead of myself, but I'm very proud of the work that I've done in this project, in the recent project that I've been a part of. 6-7 years ago, or say 8 years ago, There was a time when I was serving chai and vada pav to actors in theatre companies. You know,
Vada pav, for the people who are not from Maharashtra and Bombay, is like this delicious sandwich. It's like the best. Sandwich or
it's
burger.
one of the best snacks ever.
Yeah, it's just the most amazing thing ever. And one of my favorites, staple food. And I'm sure
I love it. I
we
love vada
have a
pav.
lot of vada pav together.
Yeah, I love vada pav. So I have started off from like I think I passed out of I did my diploma around 6 years back, and after I got out from acting school, like I passed out from my acting school, I went and joined a theatre company where I was doing production for them. And production literally was not handling finances. You know, production means a lot more, like literally producing the entire show to be on stage. We have made props, we've made sets, we have, as I said, served food and chai to actors, made sure that the hall was clean, rehearsal space was clean. We've literally done jobs that even I would have never imagined that I would do these things at some point in my life, you know. But then I did, and at no point while doing those, and I'm very proud of a younger me, that at no point while doing those did it ever occur to my head कि यार क्या करना पड़ रहा है. But no problem, यार ये भी कर लूँगा, आगे जाके actor बनूँ. It was never that thought. I used to enjoy doing all of that so much because in my head I knew that once I'm done with this work, I'm going to sit here and watch other actors rehearse. Actors who've been doing this from past 15 years, 10 years, 20 years. You know, I'm going to watch a director that I really look up to, and I'm going to see how he's going to direct, how he's going to make this play. So I used to be very excited about those things. And once that got over, I started working as an assistant director. I worked with Tanuja Chandra, I worked with Faraz Ansari, I worked with a lot of them doing a lot of projects, independent projects. And even on set over there, at no point was I ever thinking कि assistant director बन जाता हूँ तो I'll get into the eyes of a director and then probably that director will launch me one day. And it's so funny because at that point these thoughts never came to my head. But now when I hear other people say these things, I go back to and I think that a younger me was very wise for not thinking these thoughts, you know.
Yeah, but
And
you've always been
that
that
is
person.
what.
I feel you've always been wiser than your age, for sure.
Yeah, or maybe I was just so ignorant about the fact that there are so many things that people want on a daily basis. You know, like they are constantly thinking about 5 years down the line, it's going to be this. For me, it has always been about right now, I'm feeling this and I'm really enjoying it. And it's great. It's not bad to have a plan. Even I would love to have a plan someday. I would love to know where I'm going to be 5 years down the line or 10 years down the line. But I'm so involved in today and I'm so happy about my yesterday that I'm not really worrying about my future that much. So, as and when I was growing up, and growing up, I mean, is from like say 20, 21, 22, when I was doing all these odd jobs everywhere, I realized that there is a lot more to acting than just being in front of the camera. And that's when I started doing that. That's when I started practicing by myself. That's when I started watching a lot more movies. That's when I started chatting up with a lot of people who had a lot more experiences. And that today has made me a much better actor than any acting school or an acting teacher could have.
That's so cool. I'm so glad to that you got to actually share this with your audience. Speaking of, now that you have done a few reasonably well-known projects or reasonably big projects, how does it feel? Do you feel more established? Do you feel more comfortable in your own skin as an actor?
No, not at all.
Not at all?
It's still nerve-wracking to go on that first day on set. Till you find the groove, the rhythm of the character. Oh, it is so nerve-wracking. You constantly feel like you're going to ruin the show, or you're going to ruin the film, or this is the worst performance you've ever done in your life. So no, I'm still not very comfortable in the sense of I've understood what I have to do, or I have made it, or I have now achieved a certain sense of wisdom that I know how to pull this off. That is still not there. I'm still very, very, very nervous, still very insecure about a lot of things, still very shaky on the first day of shoot or 5 minutes.
So, but then how do you manage to, for example, a movie like Dusar, how do you manage to get into the role of character that you played in this? Because it was a very complicated character, very complex character, extremely well and very well in detail. It was written in depth. So there were a lot of layers to that character, right? So how, if you say that you're so still not comfortable in your skin, still you don't know how to crack something like that, how did you manage to crack that character? Especially when the movie had actors like Mr. Vinay Pathak, who's an established actor and who's a senior actor in a lot of aspects, and to share screen with someone like that and to hold your ground and to play a role with that finesse and command was something so amazing. I loved the movie, I really did. But your performance and the other performances also, they were the ones that kind of stayed back with me more than the movie itself. So, like even the young kid in the movie, so good.
Oh, he's fantastic. He's so good.
And you guys, like the younger you and the older you, that is you yourself, actually complement each other so well.
Yeah.
So how do you manage to play a complex character?
See, honestly, I'm just being very modest. I'm a very good actor. but I'll tell you what happens is I really find it easy to find a character or find a performance in the text of the project. Like, I usually understand what this film or the show or a play needs once I start reading the script. The script really has most of it for you. The writer's done more than half the job for an actor. But in Dhusar specifically, I must say Snehashish Mandal, a friend of ours who's directed and produced the film, he
doesn't take enough credit for that, by the way.
What's that?
Who doesn't take enough credit for that?
Who does not take enough credit for that, but he's done such a fantastic job. He made us go through this very rigorous workshop, and the script, the whole story about a delinquent, a 15-year-old boy who's committed a triple homicide of his family, and to go through the entire psyche of that boy from the age of 5 till he's 25, and what happens with his relationships. I believe that I'll find it in the script because it was so well written. But he believed that it is not going to be as easy as finding it in the script. I'll have to dwell into the mental process of this. Because of which he made us go through some really, really tough things in the workshop. And it really, I don't know, that was probably the toughest project I've ever been on. And
but it looks like
a very painful process.
I really hope that the movie releases something.
Yeah, I hope it comes out on some OTT platforms for people.
Yeah, at least it comes out on the OTT platform, if not on the big screen. But it really should. Is a movie that definitely should be seen.
Fingers crossed. Let's see. I hope that happens.
Very, very dark.
Yeah, it is really dark.
But really good. I really enjoyed the movie. But it's very our kind of cinema. Like the cinema that we discussed, the cinema that we spoke about. It's very that. So I think that is the reason I think all of us connected to the same project at once, idea at once.
Yeah.
But how different is it to do a Dhusar and to do a Gabru at the same time?
And this was, this happened, I think, within 1 year itself.
Yes. Because I remember you talk, and Dhusar for multiple reasons was getting delayed, project-wise.
Correct.
The making of Dhusar. So the making of Dhusar was happening for a while, and then suddenly you tell me Gabru has come to you, and I'm like, "Arey, ye kya ho gaya? Like, how did this suddenly happen?" So I think it was a lot of overlapping, but I think it was a good overlap for you as an actor.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Before we go into the details, do you want to speak a little more about your character in Gabru and the series? And the fact that the series is now on Netflix?
Yes, so Gabru is on Netflix right now. It's a show that was made for Discovery Jeet, a television channel. And it was a show about the hip-hop culture in India, the one that exists in Delhi and Punjab and Haryana, thrown face to face with the one that exists in Bombay, in the slums of Bombay, in the streets of Bombay. And there's a film called Gully Boy about it, but much before Gully Boy happened, we did this show. And check it out if you guys have time, if you guys really want to see something. I played this character called Rehan, who's this 17, 18-year-old boy who is one of these boys from a chawl who does not really know what he wants to do in life and has a temper issue He's very short-tempered. He's a rebellious teenager, and who had gotten thrown into the jail for stabbing somebody. Somebody he got into a brawl with. So it was actually fun playing the two characters. Rehan for me was much easier because
Rehan is a normal day-to-day, like a character you meet somewhere outside.
Rehan was a little extreme. He would just get into a fight, stab someone.
Yeah, so
mad.
But Gabru, who was the maker of the series?
It was Still and Still Media Collective. It was directed by Anand Tiwari. But the entire show was not directed by Anand Tiwari. You know, this show was actually not even supposed to be directed by Anand Tiwari.
Okay.
It's a funny story because I was in Himachal when I got a call. I was on a vacation. As soon as I got back to Bombay, the first thing I did was I went there, auditioned for it, tested for it, and I got the part that I was testing for. And then while I was going to sign the show is when I got to know that Anand Tiwari is not directing it, he's producing the show. So I got very upset about it, and somebody else was directing it, and so on and so forth. 2-3 directors changed. But the day, I think, even a week before we started shooting, like ours, the Bombay section, the director was somebody else. But the first day of shoot, we landed on set and we asked people from the production, कि our director decide who's going to direct it. So like, ये direct कर रहे. And we turn and Mr. Anand Tiwari standing there setting up the shot. And we're like, you're directing the show. He said, yeah, nobody's directing it. I only have to direct it. So that's how he got on board. And that's how we met for the first time. And it was just brilliant, yeah.
So
I remember being very...
association with Mr. Anand Tiwari has been that long.
Has been that long, yeah.
And fortunately carried on also, na?
What? Say that again?
Fortunately it carried on also after Gabru.
And fortunately carried on also. So after Gabru got over, basically we met at this party where somebody I knew was writing something for Still and Still, and as a joke to that person I said that, Arey, this sounds very interesting, this thing that you're writing about Rajasthan and music and all of that. You please think of me and write, you better give me this role. At that point I was literally joking about it and I forgot about it. 2 years down the line I was doing the show. And I was being directed by Anand Tiwari. It was written by Amritpal Bindra and Anand Tiwari. It's one of the finest written scripts I have read. It was so much fun. It was so
what is the show? The show is called Bandish Bandits, right?
So the show is called Bandish Bandits. It's for Amazon Prime Video India. It's directed by Anand Tiwari, made by Still and Still Media Collective. And I really want to tell you a lot more about the show.
I want to.
Like, not right now, because I'm not allowed to speak about it. Yeah, I'm actually bound to not speak.
So just speak about the show whenever you can. I'm sure you can't give out much, and you should not, because there has to be a certain surprise element. But I genuinely trust the product because firstly, I've seen you behind the screen. I've seen you how you are. I've seen you behind the camera on the screen. I've seen you how you are as an actor. I know Mr. Anand Tiwari. I know his work. I know what kind of product he gives out. Plus, the kind of people you are working with, it just seems like a very, very promising product. And also, it's an Amazon original, right? Like it's going to be on Amazon Prime. So that also is like another, another plus point. Is because Amazon right now is on the roll when it comes to like releasing its like releasing content like Patal and Gulabo Sitabu and everything that is coming on Amazon now today.
Yeah.
So cool. So I'm pretty sure that this is also going to be a huge success and a great announcement that is, because we've been waiting for this announcement for such a long time.
For very long. Yeah.
But how has dance helped you in your acting? Has dance helped you in your acting? Have the two careers collided or something like that?
Yeah, they did a lot. I honestly started dancing because for the heck of it, because I wanted to just one summer vacation. I decided आज dance सीखते हैं, and then that one thing led to the other. I started training with the dance company and became an instructor. At no point, like I always knew that I wanted to be an actor and I'm gonna quit working as a professional. Figure out how this dancing is going to help me as an actor. Of course, it's a plus point that somebody can act and dance, especially in the Hindi film industry. But other than that, I didn't know how it's going to help me. After I did my acting course, or especially during the acting course, is when I realized a lot of my teachers, a lot of the other students, classmates, they somehow just gauge the fact that I can dance, even without having, like, I didn't have to say it out to them. They would just say the fact that you can adapt different body languages so easily, the fact that you're flexible, the fact that you understand rhythm of a scene. And these things actually come, especially if you're trained as a dancer. Your body gets into a rhythm, your body understands language, flexibility, muscle memory becomes a real thing, and these are terms that we use every day as dancers, and I never knew would help me as an actor. And today I am so grateful that I spent those years that I spent as a dancer. Is because if you see the play Charlie and the Tin Can, the body language of that does not. I'm half pantomime. I'm a little Chaplinesque. At the same time, I'm a character from now, from the 21st century. And understanding and adapting that body language really came easily to me because I have trained myself as a dancer. And so, yeah, I'm very grateful that I did so.
I'm glad. Speaking of, Charlie and the Tin Can was a play that Ritwik was a part of as a lead actor. Again, had a very, very respected cast and crew in the entire show, and it was amazing to see him act the way he did. He was playing Charlie, and it's like watching a different person. So I was so impressed. So do something. Become Charlie. Do like a small 10-second monologue or something like that, and then we see how it goes. Then I have a that's
fine. It feels very cool that I come do this little photograph talking to each other after this new technology. I don't understand, but it feels very good because I see person, I listen to person, but it's not in front of me. It is inside the screen. It's very interesting for me. I am a little old school like that. So that's how.
so cool. So what I wanted to tell the audience was that, of course, here he's speaking more, but when you see him do Charlie, there is a lot more gibberish.
Yeah, he doesn't speak a lot of English,
and less English. Right now, he's just being audience friendly. But the good thing that I liked about Charlie was that, in spite of you not saying any dialogue at all, the entire script that you had in your mind was narrated so well, without saying the dialogue as well. It was commendable. I really loved that part of Charlie a lot. Really, really good. Right, chalo. So last segment, bhai. Okay, rapid fire.
Rapid fire.
Usual rapid fire. Okay, I'm just going to ask you. I'm trying to keep it as personal as possible.
Okay.
So we can know you more as an artist and as a person. So, and I've been politically go on. Like.
Okay, fine. Thank God.
Okay, chalo. Ready? Okay, but get that body language, bro. You have to be like on the top of it. Let's go. Your guilty pleasures.
Listening to really old Hindi songs. What are my other guilty pleasures? I watch a lot of sitcom, a lot of it like, on repeat. How I Met Your Mother or Friends, and what else? I sometimes dance in my bedroom when nobody is watching, and I dance a lot.
Like that TikTok watches.
Yeah, now the TikTok watches.
One habit or quality about yourself you would want to change?
Overthinking, but don't want to change.
Want to.
Overthinking for sure.
Your current favorite series?
Friends. I've just started watching Friends. Do you know that? Just a couple of weeks back for the first time. But I'm a little late in life. That is true. But the most favorite series I've ever watched and repeatedly watched is Stranger Things.
Stranger Things? Really?
Yeah. Lifetime. Best I've ever seen.
Which you should have said it because it's promotion for you also. So, in a way.
Don't do that. Don't put me on the bad books of Amazon.
On Amazon Prime.
One of the finest shows ever written.
Chalo.
Please watch the show, guys.
Sorry, chalo, your all-time favorite movie?
Oh.
Just rap
So
it.
many. Okay, I'm going to say Rang De Basanti. Rang De Basanti.
You know, I was actually going to quote a dialogue from Rang De Basanti earlier in the interview when you were talking about the past and the present and this and that, and I was like, wow, American ka dialogue kya mast hai.
एक पैर पास्ट में एक पैर फ्यूचर में बस ना आगे का मैं नहीं बोलूंगा.
Lovely dialogue. One incident that you would want to delete from your past.
None. I'll say nothing. I don't want to delete anything. Everything that has happened in my past has made me the person that I am today. No, it's not a textbook answer, but I truly believe in that.
If given a choice, what would you quit? Acting or dancing?
None actually, but I'll say dancing because I've once quit it professionally, so I guess it's safe to say that.
Fair enough. Fair enough. On a scale of 1 to 10, rate yourself as the following. Okay, modesty not allowed.
Okay.
Actor.
10.
Dancer.
Because if I don't believe it, nobody else will. Dancer, I would say 4.
1 second. Let's go back.
Yeah, no reasons. Okay, nobody's gonna give reasons.
Dude,
I'm a 10 on 10 actor. That's it.
That was such a Shah Rukh Khan answer. You know you've taken it from him, right? You know you've taken it from him. This is a Shah Rukh Khan answer.
I believe in it, yeah. No, I believe in it. It's true.
Ramesh, that's because your God has said it.
Yeah.
As a dancer.
4.
Teacher.
Very average dancer. 5. I would give myself some great marks. What are you gonna say?
6 or 7. You're really good. You're a great teacher.
Really?
Yeah. Choreographer?
3.
4. Script.
Thanks. Scriptwriter. I'm a very lazy writer, but I can come up with extremely good concepts, so I'll give myself a 5.
Director?
6.
As a professional, like your professionalism, your quality as a professional.
10 on 10. I'm all about my work and my profession.
Now, yes.
Now, yes. Now that I'm saying now only, na. Back then, I'm not talking about.
As a boyfriend?
11. I'm a fantastic boyfriend.
Very good. So happy to hear that.
But people with great talent to be a boyfriend are always single.
Why, let's not get there.
Let's not get there.
As a friend, how much do you rate yourself as a friend?
In my head, I'm a 10, but in life, I'm like 5.
I would disagree. I think you're a 10 regardless. Because the one good quality about you as a friend is that whether you're there in the happy times or no, you're always there when there is something going wrong in your friend's life. So that's really, really an amazing quality. And you really stood by me all these years and stuff like that for everything that I've done.
You stood by me too.
Every stupid call I've made, listen, I have an idea, let's just execute. You're like, boy, let's just go ahead. You don't even listen to the idea. So it's so cool. Like, I really respect you.
It's true love.
Chalo. Next question. Okay, this is not the rate 1 to 10 is over. The next question. Okay, what do you rather marriage or live in relationship?
What is say that again?
What do you believe in, marriage or live in relationship?
It's the same for me. So I would say live in relationship.
Good, at least you're honest. Your weakest quality?
That I can be that I space out into my own zone very often. I'm not very attentive to things.
And your strength?
That I'm a great listener, which makes me, which helps me in every aspect in life.
Nice. A quote or a saying that you've lived your life by?
It's from a film called Seven. The line is, Ernest Hemingway said that this world is a wonderful place and worth fighting for. I believe in the latter. I believe in the second part.
Nice. I like it. Okay, last question. And you have to be honest about this. Something that you've always wanted to tell me on my face, but you never could.
Wow. uh, that I'm very grateful to you that you've been around for so long with me, and I really think that you're God sent. That every time I needed some sort of help in life, without me having to even ask for it to you, you've always appeared out of nowhere in those moments, and in the weirdest ways helped me out. And I've realized that now, and I want to thank you for it. And because I can't express myself very often, I'm going to take this opportunity to tell you to your face that I want to thank you.
No, but I'm generally again, you know that I'm very bad at taking compliments. But the reason I agree to what you're saying is because it's a supremely mutual feeling. Because I feel exactly the same.
Yeah.
It's quite cool. This being one of the examples, thank you so much. This concludes my first episode of DtalkS. And thank you.
This was so much fun.
I'm glad we had a lot of fun. This was really cool. Things that I did.
I loved it.
Was about your acting school and stuff like that. So I've also known you. I also feel that I know you more than what I did before we started this. So I think
I think even I know myself a little bit better.
I'm glad. That's the intention. That's the entire thing that we're trying to do with DtalkS. Thank you so much for being here with me. And thank you so much for supporting every single thing that we do and I do. And I'm glad that we are associated and many more such associations in the future.
For life. For life,
bro. Thank you so much. And guys,
watch
out for Ritwik Bhowmik. He's a fantastic artist. Everything that he does with perfection. Amazon Prime, Bundish Bandits, hopefully releasing very, very soon. Check it out.
Very soon. Give it some love.
A lovely character in that series, and I'm super excited for it. So good luck to you for that. All the best.
Thank you.
And hope that
thank you.
It's a massive success.
And all the best to you. I really hope DtalkS does really well, and more people come out there and speak about their lives, and fans like us get to watch them and hear about them and get inspired. As it says behind you on the wall, inspire, motivate. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ritwik. I will speak to you very, very soon, and hopefully we'll collaborate again very soon for something as well.
Very soon.
Chalo, bye. Take care of yourself.
Bye.
Very soon. Dhyan ragna, and I'll call you. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Guys. Thank you so much for watching and tuning in. If you like this, please do like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. And give it some love. We are here to spread. So the more you give it, the more we'll spread it. Thank you so much and see you soon. Namaste, good night, God bless. Bye.